A high-altitude rescue. New at 6, the Army sent a helicopter from Yakima to get an injured hiker.
And it's Father's Day weekend. Find out what's in store, plus snow in the mountains. I'll have all the details in your First Alert forecast.
And also new at 6, we've learned that there are new temporary hours for Richland Dog Park so that workers can perform maintenance.
Now, KAPP local news at 6.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. We begin with another update to evacuation levels for the Hat Rock fire in Umatilla County. Today, officials removed level 2 alerts. There are still level 1 be ready alerts for areas of Juniper Canyon Road. That's along Hartle, Wallula, and Hatchgrade roads. Fire officials say local farmers and ranchers have been crucial in helping keep this fire contained as they are out creating fire lines. The Hat Rock fire is considered 70% contained at just over 16,000 acres. And here in Benton County, we're keeping our eyes on the remains of the Hansen fire that forced evacuations in Kiona on Tuesday. This one burned almost 6,300 acres. It's also 70% contained as of the latest update. The Hansen fire was one of 3 large fires that started within hours of each other in Benton County on Tuesday. This one was the biggest by far. 2 other fires are contained or nearly contained, and things have calmed down enough that county-level fire districts can start taking over the effort once again. Now we're talking about calmer and cooler weather. Stacey Lee is tracking our First Alert weekend forecast.
That's right, a little bit overcast right now. We'll take a look at our Dust Devil sky cam, getting ready for another baseball game. Pretty good night to view that. We're going to stay dry for the first part of the evening. Temperatures around the area, again, we're a good 5 to 10 degrees above where we were last night. 87 right now, Tri-City, 79 in Yakima, it's 82 in Walla Walla, 74 in Ellensburg. And again, that temperature changed from last night, anywhere from 4 to 7 degrees through the area, and a little bit cooler right now in Ellensburg. Here's what's coming up. Mostly cloudy, breezy this evening. Cool and windy weekend. Snow in the mountains. I'm tracking that as well. Let's plan your evening out tonight. Again, those temperatures staying in the 80s, down into the 70s early evening. In the Tri-Cities, will be down to 80 degrees by 9 p.m. And in Walla Walla, will drop down into the 70s by 9. Lots to get to in that First Alert weather. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. We'll check back in with you soon. Grant County authorities say they're keeping a close eye on a suspected toxic algae bloom. The Grant County Health District issued a warning for Perch Point at Potholes Reservoir, saying cyanobacteria, which is also known as blue-green algae, has been detected near there. The County Health District plans to test and monitor water samples until toxin levels fall to acceptable levels. Meantime, the Grant County Health District is warning people to keep pets out of the water for the time being. Of course, you'll remember a similar toxic algae showed up on the Columbia River in Richland in 2021 and 22. The 2021 bloom was blamed for the deaths of 4 dogs. An update tonight in the case of an Idaho mother convicted of killing her 2 youngest children. Lori Vallow wants a new trial. Her attorneys say she deserves another chance at freedom, but the judge was not convinced and denied the motion, saying he found no evidence that a new trial is warranted. Vallow faces sentencing on July 31st. Well, for those of you heading the road this 3-day holiday weekend, remember 2 westbound lanes of I-82 over the Yakima River Bridge between Yakima and Sela are closed. WSDOT says crews found some damage during a routine inspection and they are working on a repair plan. But in the meantime, you should plan on some delays and remember that oversized loads are banned in that area. WSDOT was planning to fully reopen westbound lanes of I-90 on the Seattle side of Snoqualmie Pass this weekend. Now they're expecting rain that Stacey was telling us about, so that work is going to be delayed. It means that for drivers headed towards Seattle, you're going to see 2 lanes of I-90 open in the Tiger Mountain area as you get towards Issaquah. But starting Sunday night, that's going to be down to 1 lane westbound for a full week, while crews are doing repaving and repair work. And if you're headed to eastern Washington, WSDOT's only ferry operating in the eastern part of the state is out of commission. The agency says the Keller Ferry Sandpoil will come out of service on Monday, and that will last through Sunday, June 25th. That ferry brings travelers across the Columbia between Lincoln and Ferry counties on State Route 21. During that time, workers will perform ferry maintenance, which includes engine and gear work. WSDOT says drivers will need to use State Routes 155 and 174 during the ferry closure. State Route 25 will also close during this time for culvert removal. New at 6, Washington State University will receive a federal grant to fund a green energy project that aims to reduce industrial emissions. WSU has one of only 40 projects selected for funding all across the country. Washington Senator Patty Murray says the university will receive $3.2 million to support a project that works to remove carbon emissions from cement and concrete formulations. According to Senator Murray's office, the industrial sector accounts for 1/3 of energy-related greenhouse gas emissions in the United States. This is one of the most challenging sectors in which to curb carbon emissions. In total, the Department of Energy will grant $135 million across those 40 projects with the aim of reducing industrial pollution by the year 2050. Also new at 6, temporary hours now established for Richland's Possibilities Place Dog Park. That's the one located near Badger Mountain Community Park off of Keene Road. The city of Richland provided this video of the dog park. According to a social media post by the city, the new temporary park hours are Friday through Monday, 7 to 9. The park will be closed Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays through the end of July. All of this allows work crews to perform maintenance on the park. School is out and pools are opening up in Yakima. Franklin Pool opened yesterday. Lions Pool is set to reopen on Monday. They've been closed since May for construction and installing a new dehumidification system. The city says Parks and Rec also did their annual maintenance on Lions Pool during that closure as well, so they won't have to shut down in August as originally planned. If you're in Richland looking to cool off, you can start using George Prout Pool this weekend. They open tomorrow afternoon at 1 for the season, which will end August 19th. The pool will be open Mondays through Saturdays. It will be closed on Sundays. They were open for Saturdays only last month. This afternoon, Washington Senator Maria Cantwell toured the Port of Pasco rail project at Ryman Industrial Center. The port is building an additional rail line to the center, which will serve a huge milk processing plant that Dairy Gold is building. Senator Cantwell got a $3.6 million federal grant for the last mile rail line project, which helped fill a gap in their $25 million budget. Monday is Juneteenth and our newest federal holiday celebrating freedom. June 19th was the day, almost 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, that the final enslaved people in the United States found out they were free. On Saturday, the Tri-Cities Juneteenth Community Council is hosting a Juneteenth Fun Day at Pasco's historic Kurtzman Park. This is video from the festival last year. There will be music, food, games, entertainment, and an art showcase. It all starts at noon tomorrow. Now tonight is the 21st annual Miss Juneteenth Scholarship Pageant, just getting underway at Chinawana High School in Pasco. While the winner does get a crown, the organizer tells us this pageant is not a beauty competition.
We want to make sure that our young ladies can go to college. So we want to make sure that that we raise the funds for these young ladies to go to school. So that's what this pageant is all about. We don't care what they look like. We just want them to be a part of it.
Contestants do have to go through a series of classes, learning hair and makeup skills, communication, and dance in order to be part of the pageant. And it did begin just minutes ago at 6 at the Chinawana High School auditorium. Washington State will also mark the federal holiday in honor of Juneteenth. Monday, the public can visit at state parks and lands for free. You will not need to pay for a Discover Pass. And coming up, a hiker injured on Mount Adams. That's when a Black Hawk helicopter and crew from Yakima flew in for the rescue. Plus, the picture shows a huge mess at an outdoor recreation site in Wenatchee, but local outdoor enthusiasts stepped in when WashDOT couldn't. With late spring warmth comes the buzz and bite of mosquitoes. Experts say climate change is having an impact. And a labor of love for local patients fighting the battle of their lives. Those stories and more still ahead on KAPP Local News at 6.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Reel in a fortune during the $200,000 Fishing for a Fortune at Wild Horse Resort and Casino with over $7,000 in cash and prizes every Friday and Saturday. Cash your line and win up to $750 free play, $1,000 cash, or hook a new Pro Lodge boat. Multiply your entries, use your Club Wild Card to earn points, and win special prizes from Billy's Bait Shop. Reel in your next fortune today. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton, Oregon. More winners, more often.
Here's to the dads, dadas, and daddy-os. They deserve the big daddy of all Father's Day treats, a DQ cake. With layers of creamy, world-famous soft serve, and a delicious fudge and crunch center. Conveniently customizable and ready for pickup from the DQ freezer. So grab yours. And let's raise our red spoons to the world's #1 dad. Hi, Dad. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or get $4,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your community Chevy dealers.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Portion of KAPP KVEW sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
New at 6, a Black Hawk helicopter and an air ambulance crew from the Yakima Training Center rescued an injured hiker. That happened on Wednesday after the hiker's partner contacted the Yakima County Sheriff's Office for help. The Washington Emergency Operations Center requested help from a high-powered chopper. According to the U.S. Army, they found the injured hiker at nearly 7,000 feet on a 30-degree slope on Mount Adams. The Black Hawk had to hover as workers lowered an air crew member 30 feet to the ground to prepare the injured hiker for an airlift. The hiker was flown to Multi-Care Memorial Hospital in Yakima. The Army says the 16th Combat Aviation Brigade has 2 other air evacuation units to help civil authorities. An unsightly mess now cleaned up thanks to those who love the outdoors. Washington Fish and Wildlife tweeted this picture of trash and debris left at the Colocum Wildlife Area in Wenatchee. The agency sent a message of gratitude, thanking the Wenatchee Sportsmen's Association for cleaning the mess up. Fish and Wildlife says it didn't have the resources to address it, but that the Sportsman Association took care of it and hauled the trash to a landfill. We see them every year during hot weather in eastern Washington. Mosquito season is back in full force. And the experts say the bugs are not only showing up earlier, the season is staying longer too. ABC's Ginger Z explains.
As temperatures warm and we get out to enjoy, there's one thing that no one likes to deal with, and that's mosquitoes. And now, as climate change is pushing temperatures higher, experts are warning that prime mosquito season is getting longer for some places. It also increases the risk of mosquito-borne diseases like West Nile virus.
There are pathogens that we already have here and maybe don't worry about a lot that are likely to be significantly impacted by warming temperatures.
The nonprofit research group Climate Central found that 173 cities around the country are seeing more days of prime mosquito weather. The Ohio Valley, Northeast, and some cities in California saw the biggest increase in mosquito days between 1979 and 2022. In the South, where mosquitoes are already out and biting for much of the year, the analysis found that the temperatures could start getting too hot for mosquitoes, which also means those temperatures are getting too warm for humans.
That I think the mantra for all of us in the coming decades is that don't assume the current conditions are tomorrow's conditions. And mosquitoes are definitely, the communities, the compositions, and the abundances are going to shift.
Experts say as the mosquito population grows, we just need to be more vigilant. Getting rid of standing water in your yard can stop mosquitoes from breeding. And, of course, you can use bug spray or wear protective clothing to prevent bites.
That was Ginger Z reporting, and on its Facebook page, Benton County Mosquito Control says it conducted aerial mosquito control measures this morning at Two Rivers Park in Kennewick and in Grandview.
Now, KAPP First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Well, we're seeing overcast skies on our Legends Sky Cam in Toppenish this evening. Our sunrise today at 5:04. Sunset was at 8:51. Temperatures around the area again on the warm side, a good 5 to 7 degrees right now than where we were 24 hours ago. 87 in the Tri-Cities, 79 in Yakima, 74 in Ellensburg, 86 right now in Hermiston. Here's that cloud cover, that marine layer coming over. And yes, we're seeing those showers developing on the Olympic Peninsula this evening. Again, if you're heading to the west side, be prepared for rain, even some thunder and lightning in the Portland area. I'll get your travel forecast here before the end of the hour. Again, here's the setup, that marine layer over the top of us. We could see some scattered showers coming through the Columbia Basin. That system will continue to move through the area. We'll see clearing skies though tomorrow afternoon. Here's what our futurecast looks like. Again, some stray showers coming through the area. Tri-Cities by about midnight, clearing out again on Saturday, looking nice and calm. And then we'll see those clouds start to develop. More showers in the Blue Mountains in the southern portion and in the Walla Walla area. Getting into our Sunday, that's when we're going to have unsettled weather with that next system moving through the area and potential snowfall at the higher elevations in the mountains above 4,500 feet, particularly in Oregon. Let's take a look at the setup for that. Again, this is coming in late Saturday, early Sunday. We'll start to see that system move down. And again, it's going to bring moisture to the coast and to the Portland area. And then Mount Hood is expecting anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of accumulation on Juneteenth Monday. So again, if you're heading to the mountains, be prepared. This is the system we're talking about out in the Pacific, way out there, but it is starting to move through the area. Almost looks like one of those atmospheric rivers. So that's what's happening. We won't see a lot of moisture, however, on the east side of the state. Now we are tracking some breezy winds. They're starting to pick up this evening. As we move through the night, you'll see those gusts start to pick up even more intense getting through the evening. Tomorrow we'll have breezy to gusty winds. Fire danger does remain high because of the dry conditions. And again, those breezy to gusty winds, any new fires that start would move through quickly, just like we saw earlier in the week. Air quality looking much better than we were earlier today. We're in the clean zone for most of our area. Still seeing a little bit of haze and some marginal air quality differentials there in the foothills of the Blues. Here's our smoke forecast. As the winds have shifted directions, they're moving in a westerly flow. That's going to get rid of that smoke through the weekend. Not so much for the pollen counts. They remain high through Sunday. We'll start to see those decrease as we get into the early part of next week. Let's take a look at our temperatures overnight. Pretty mild out there. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Those temperatures will continue to drop, however, through the weekend and into next week. We'll start to see those overnight lows dropping into the 40s. Going to be kind of chilly for this part of June. Tomorrow, let's take a look at those temperatures around the area. Again, 70s and 80s. Pretty much normal temps for this time of year around the area. Again, partly overcast skies and some breezy winds in the afternoon. We want to be fire-wise. Here's our short-term forecast going through the weekend into Monday. Again, dropping from the 80s into the 70s for the Tri-Cities. As we look at Yakima, we'll have those temperatures from the 70s dropping down into the 60s. And look at those overnight lows down to 42 degrees on Sunday night. Lots to talk about with your First Alert weather on the way. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacy. The weekend just about here, and it's time to talk about events happening locally. Tomorrow, Saturday, June 17th, the Pasco Farmers Market will transform into an educational opportunity for young minds. The Mid-Columbia Children's Museum and the Richland branch of the American Chemical Society bring you Family and Kids Day. The event begins at 9 tomorrow morning at Peanuts Park in Pasco. There will be activities aimed at engaging children through science. You're watching KAPP Local News at 6. We'll be right back.
Special report.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection.
Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with the fastest wireless speeds. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
It's great to see ya. Come on down. Welcome to Sea Galley. Dinner tonight or the Shipwreck Lounge. May I suggest our surf and turf special, prime rib and crab.
You get a lot of things out of your vehicle. But one thing you shouldn't get is disappointment. At McCurley, our expert technicians are here to make sure you get the most adventures and memories out of every mile.
Find your way home in a new Subaru from McCurley Subaru during Subaru Loves to Care.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
In 1980, Walker's Furniture opened their first store, so this week they're celebrating their 43rd anniversary with store-wide markdowns of 19 to 80% off, where every dining room set, every bedroom set, every sofa, love seat, and sectional is 19 to 80% off. Or take advantage of no money down, no minimum purchase, no interest financing for 5 years, so you can get that new purple or Beauty Rest mattress set today and pay for it later during the anniversary sale at Walker's.
Saddle up and head over to Horse Heaven Saloon in Prosser, a family-owned and operated business in the heart of America's Hop Valley. Come experience in-house brewed craft beer, fresh and unique foods, and much more. It's all waiting for you at the Horse Heaven Saloon in historic downtown Prosser.
In your health news tonight, going to bed very late could lead to an early death, according to a new study in the journal Chronobiology International. Those who go to bed late and rise late, mainly from drinking alcohol and tobacco use, have an increased mortality risk. The study followed 24,000 twins for 37 years to determine the causes of health-related behaviors and disease. Researchers learned that night owls have an increased risk of early death by about 9% compared with early birds. It is Father's Day weekend, a time to remember and honor dear old dad. It's also an opportunity to help fathers improve their health all year round. One doctor with the Mayo Clinic says you can pay attention to prostate health and get a PSA screening. That's a prostate-specific antigen, which can help in detecting prostate cancer. You should also pay attention to mental health.
A lot of times men think as they get older, just not being able to urinate is part of getting older, but that may reflect something else going on with your prostate. Being in that right state of mind, being able to manage stress, to have those work-life balance, to have relaxation techniques, it's a very important part of health in moving forward.
Other guidance are recommendations you've heard before. Eat healthy, get 150 minutes of exercise a week, and get cholesterol screenings. Of course, try to get 7 hours of sleep a night. We still have a lot more news ahead in our second half hour. A sheriff's deputy responds to a road rage incident and ends up delivering a baby. But the story doesn't end there. That's new tonight at 6:30.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
At Honda, we offer complimentary maintenance for 2 years or 24,000 miles. Just enjoy the ride, knowing we cover routine items like oil changes, tire rotations, and multi-point inspections. Honda Service Pass, available to purchasers of all 2023 Honda vehicles. Get yours today.
There's working you. And then there's chill you. Chill you is more carefree and curious. more present, more relaxed, more fun. Chill U is the best you. There you are. Bring back your Chill U with an escape to Coeur d'Alene, the city by the lake. Find countless ways to play and stay in CDA at visitcda.org.
Do you have any land that gets no use? Save some money by using an American-made power racking system. It's a more cost-effective option than a standard pole and concrete method. Invest in green energy with the pros at Solar Power Northwest. Solar Power Northwest, a better way to solar.
Dear 2030, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota. Get 5.49% APR for up to 60 months on a Toyota certified used Camry, Corolla, or RAV4. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Come shop the largest selection of RVs in the Tri-Cities at Appleway RV. Save big on Class A's, Class C's, travel trailers, toy haulers, and fifth wheels. Shop America's top brands, Rockwood, Tiffin, Newmar, Dynamax, and more, with a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Plus, get maximum value for your trade, all with no payments for 90 days. Come shop the clearance event at Appleway RV Pasco.
Plan your next getaway with a new Escape from Corwin Ford. Choose from options to fit your style, including turbocharged EcoBoost, hybrid, and plug-in hybrid models. Right now, enjoy 0% financing for 36 months, plus no charge maintenance for 3 years on all 2023 Ford Escape models. That's 3 years of tire rotations, engine oil, filter changes, and more. Plan your summer escape in a new Ford. Corwin Ford, family-driven for over 100 years.
A new roof looks great. A new roof with new gutters looks amazing. With Aero Roofing, amazing is now more affordable than ever. Get 25% off gutters with their new re-roof. Did we mention our 50-year roof warranty at no extra cost? Don't miss this limited time offer. Give Aero Roofing a call today.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Whether you're looking to add a splash of color to your home, planting your very own vegetable garden, or expanding your dream landscape, Queen's Gate Gardens is the place to go this summer. Queen's Gate Gardens in Richland. Let's grow together.
Well, making a difference in our community today, volunteers gathered to make satin pillowcases for patients going through chemotherapy at Cadillac Tri-Cities Cancer Center.
That's right. The Cadillac Auxiliary volunteers and other community members met at the Knights of Columbus at 9 o'clock this morning. Organizers tell us they were hoping to have 14 or 15 volunteers and that they actually saw about twice that many people show up to help.
This is the first time for this event. We were looking at a way to help the public realize that we needed pillowcases as gifts at the Cancer Center. So we thought, why not just throw a party and do it all together, because things are more fun when you do them as a group.
Their goal was 300 pillowcases, and these aren't just a luxury for people losing their hair because of chemotherapy treatments. Their skin may be extra sensitive, so having a special pillowcase can make a big difference.
It's just the little things. When you're stuck in the hospital, you know, every bit is
just
important.
Imagine losing your hair. I mean, that's alone is traumatic.
Yep. So kudos to those volunteers. And we were talking about this earlier. Satin is hard to work with.
Right.
So glad they were able to get everybody together and make a difference.
Some great seamstresses.
Yes. Now, still ahead, we're talking about dangerous storms that are tearing through portions of the United States, bringing deadly twisters. Plus, a cyber attack tonight concerns that people in Oregon could potentially have their private info at risk. And the end of an era, a local bus driver whose career spanned more than 1 million miles. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
Now, KAPP KVEW local news at 6:30.
The private data of millions of Americans compromised. Officials in Oregon and Louisiana say anyone with a driver's license in those states could be the victims of a sprawling cyber attack, also impacting the federal government. Gloria Pazmino has more details on who could be behind the attack and what you can do to protect yourself.
A global cyber attack, likely exposing the private data of millions of Americans and hitting U.S. agencies, including the Department of Energy.
This is an ongoing investigation impacting not just Louisiana, but major businesses, governmental entities, and organizations around the world.
Federal officials are blaming a Russian-speaking gang of hackers who call themselves KAPP. They are known to demand multi-million-dollar ransoms to delete the data.
We don't have a full understanding of what the impacts are or whether there are impacts, but we're working through it very aggressively.
The attack is part of a broader and ongoing hacking campaign exploiting a vulnerability in a program called MoveIt, a popular tool for transferring data. The company behind the software says they are working to fix vulnerabilities in their code.
Most of the time, the security people in organizations are very technical people, incredibly smart people. Unfortunately, what I find is they sometimes forget about that human element.
Cybersecurity expert Eric Cron says organizations should also focus on the dangers of social engineering, scamming people to give up vital information.
If we can get the human element handled in the cybersecurity side, then we would see a whole lot less of this stuff in the news.
In New York, I'm Gloria Pasmino.
Well, speaking of cybersecurity, a grand jury indicted a Massachusetts Air National Guardman this week for allegedly violating his security clearance. 22-year-old Jack Teixeira already faces charges for allegedly violating the Espionage Act. On Thursday, a grand jury indicted him on 6 new counts of willful retention and transmission of national defense information.
This was a deliberate criminal act.
Teixeira allegedly sent government secrets to a social media chat group that allegedly includes information regarding U.S. equipment sent to Ukraine, how it would be transferred and used. Teixeira has not yet entered a plea. Now to the deadly severe weather outbreak across the South. 23 reported tornadoes across 6 states this week. The line of severe storms bringing damaging winds and enormous hail. Perryton, Texas, the hardest hit after a tornado tore through overnight, killing at least 3 people. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest as hundreds of thousands as new alerts signal the potential for more strong storms.
Perrytown, Texas, near Amarillo, pummeled by a powerful tornado. Total devastation. Tearing through overnight, killing 3 people and injuring at least 56 others.
Still have 1 unaccounted, 3 fatalities, and just a rough guess, over 200 homes have been destroyed.
The storm's path more than a mile long.
2.5 blocks is pretty well completely wiped out.
The town out of power, the local hospital running on generators, the state deploying emergency resources across the city.
We've got 1 trailer on fire, we've got multiple trailers destroyed.
In Escambia, Florida, 1 person died after a tornado ripped through. Lightning scattered across the skies in Pensacola. And in Ohio, multiple twisters spotted. Heavy winds peeling this roof off a building in Toledo. And in Arkansas, massive hail raining down.
That was Morgan Norwood reporting, and more storms are on the way. People from Virginia to New Jersey on alert for damaging winds and hail. Here in our area, nothing nearly that dramatic. We're talking about your first alert forecast. Stacey Lee is here, but we are seeing a cool down, Stacey.
Yes, that's right. We do have a big cool down, and we're seeing some overcast skies on our Dust Devil Sky Cam tonight. Getting ready for a baseball game at Dust Devil Stadium tonight. Should be a great night for that as well. Temperatures remain warm around the area. Here's what's coming up. We got a cloudy night, breezy winds developing. We'll have a cool, windy weekend ahead of us, and we're tracking snow for the mountains. Yes, I said snow in June. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at our travel forecast. But first, our temperatures around the area. Like I said, nice and warm. 81 Walla Walla, 87 Tri-City, 79 in Yakima. And again, if you're hitting the road this weekend, get ready for gusty winds through those mountain gaps this weekend. Below average temperatures through the Pacific Northwest. Rain on the coast and the mountains, even some snow in the upper elevations. Gas prices remain high. If you're heading to Seattle again, you're going to want to bring that rain gear. It's going to be a wet one over there with temperatures dropping into the 50s. Portland area 80s dropping down to 70s and 60s by Sunday with some thunderstorms possible as well. And into the Spokane area, again, those temperatures dropping down to the 60s by Monday with some hazy skies this evening. Lots to get to. Your first alert full weather forecast is on the way. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacy. We have mounting questions tonight regarding the deaths of 2 American tourists. Their bodies found in a luxury hotel room in Baja California Sur, Mexico. In an exclusive interview with ABC News, paramedics who responded to the scene say they started to feel sick and had difficulty breathing while inside the room. ABC's Melissa Don explains.
Questions remain as to what caused the death of an American couple visiting Baja California Sur, Mexico, whose bodies were found inside their luxury hotel room at the Rancho Pescadero Resort, where rates average nearly $1,000 a night. An autopsy conducted by Mexican authorities revealing that 28-year-old Abby Lutz and 41-year-old John Heathcote's cause of death was intoxication by a substance to be determined. Local police say they suspect a gas-like substance, and the Attorney General's office say there were no signs of violence. The local police add that the couple was dead for about 10 to 11 hours by the time they were found. In an ABC News exclusive, the paramedics who responded to the scene say they felt dizzy within minutes of walking into the room.
We went out of the room as soon as possible, and I was afraid for my partner. Because my first thought in mind, it was like, are we going to die?
ABC News reaching out to Hyatt, the property owner, who released a statement saying, "We do not believe that the cause of death was related to any issues with the hotel's infrastructure or facilities, including carbon monoxide or a gas of any kind." Lutz's family says the day before she died, Abby told them she'd spent the previous night in the hospital, telling them she thought she had food poisoning.
She was feeling sick and went to the hospital, stayed one night on IV and felt so much better. And then she texted him Monday night to say good night, love you. And then we hadn't heard from her again.
Now her family is currently traveling to Mexico to retrieve her body. Meanwhile, the State Department says they're monitoring the Mexican officials' investigation into the cause of death. Tonight, the Department of Commerce has announced it will offer nearly $1 billion in grants to help states expand internet access to every home in the country. $930 million is available to areas where significant gaps in connectivity remain. In Washington State, there's only one project getting funding in this round of grants. That is over on the west side. The middle mile grants were set in motion by the $25 billion Congress set aside for broadband. And it comes from the infrastructure measure that President Biden signed into law in 2021. Grant recipients will have at least 5 years to finish their projects. Coming up, a local bus driver hits the brakes on his career after achieving an amazing milestone. Plus, gray skies this evening over portions of eastern Washington. Stacey Lee has your Father's Day weekend forecast next on KAPP Local News at 6:30.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Okay, thanks for visiting. Bye, Alice.
I'm stuck.
Not funny anymore.
Yes, it is. Wait, guys, the Mesozoic times are boring and have 0 rad attractions. Triple play is fun. I want to stay here.
Of course you can stay. Oh, fantastic. We won't regret this.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, like bowling, Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park, and a brand new zip line ride, all attached to a cozy hotel.
She's on the logo already. Marketers are the worst.
Has your dishwasher let you down lately?
Then see the latest Bosch dishwashers at Fred's Appliance. Fred's also has models you won't find at the box stores.
Bosch means quality and innovation. New Bosch dishwashers quietly deliver sparkling dishes.
With features like third rack and a new drying system that even dries plastic, Bosch raises the bar for dishwashers.
Fred's has more dishwashers in stock than you'll see anywhere. Come in and see us today.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Things are heating up. Good thing this Rogue has the most standard safety features in its class. Our competitors can't say that.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
Hurry. These epic offers won't last forever.
So, Richardson family, the neighbors are very curious about your new family member.
Oh, Robe Elizabeth? Hello.
We built her when our daughter moved out so we could keep our family plan and save money.
With US Cellular, you don't need a fourth line to get the best deal. It's just $29.99 per line for 1, 2, or 3 lines.
Oh. I guess we don't need a fourth line anymore.
This is awkward.
Now at US Cellular, it's just $29.99 per line, plus every plan is price protected. US Cellular, built for us.
Award-winning artist Elle King live. Friday, July 14th, 8 p.m., Legends Casino Hotel. Elle King. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Elle King Live.
Next week, GMA's Hitting the Road, exposing the fastest rising scams where you live to be on the watch for and how to avoid. From identity theft and fraud to romance scams, imposter scams, and oh yeah, those robocalls. How can you avoid being scammed? Watch GMA Scam You.
Welcome back. A new vintage shop has officially opened its second location to the community in Richland. So if you're looking for a new place to find vintage knickknacks, Sagebrush and Bloom on Welshon is just the stop for you. The store has 16 vendors offering things like dolls, antique chinaware, and local honey.
I was able to renovate this warehouse in like 1 month, which is really crazy. I was really ambitious and crazy about doing this, but it was fun. I had a lot of help from my husband and family, and it was wonderful. And then we all just moved in, the vendors, and created this wonderful space full of vintage fun.
The owner says it's thanks to the community that she has had the opportunity to open a second place of business. 1.5 million miles. That's about twice what the average person in the United States will drive in their entire lifetime. Steve McMurray has been driving with the Ben Franklin Transit for nearly 4 decades. He's driven more than most of us. KAPP-KVEW's Riley Fitzgerald got to join along for his very last ride.
Oh, they said they were going to do something.
Eric Van Winkle, Steve McMurray's brother-in-law, explained that there's a series of events that take place when you've spent this long driving a Ben Franklin Transit bus.
You know, retirement party here, this is just the final bus ride.
Family decided to come out to tag along on his very final ride of his career. Even on his last day, he couldn't not work.
Oh, yeah, I have a wheelchair too.
Microphone attached and all. And he remained punctual, even with an energetic family.
Let's get fast, slow down.
And a completely full bus. We were out of the transit station at 9 o'clock sharp. According to the Ben Franklin Transit Planning Department, Stephen has driven 1,501,188 miles. This isn't counting any of the miles that he's driven off the clock.
Well, we just want Steve to know that we appreciate him, we love him, and he's the best bus driver we know out there.
Van Winkle explained that Steve was a senior bus driver and that when he leaves, there's a big gap coming along.
If you've ridden the bus in this town, you know Steve McMurray.
He's a driver who picks his own route and is well known in the circuit. In a few short words, Steve summed up his experience.
It's just been 39 years of driving, so.
Now, KAPP-KVEW First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Yeah, let's take a look at our Legends Casino sky cam in Toppenish. Again, overcast skies, not seeing any showers, but we are seeing some breezy and gusty winds. Sunset tonight at 8:51. So things are changing pretty rapidly this weekend. We still saw those nice warm temperatures. In fact, right now 87 in the Tri-Cities, 81 in Walla Walla, 79 right now in Yakima. Feels a little overcast. That marine layer has moved in off the coast. And again, we're seeing rain showers on the Olympic Peninsula. And we could see a few scattered stray light sprinkles over the evening as we we move through with that marine layer on top of us. That's what it looks like going out on the coast. And again, a ridge of high pressure right behind it. That'll bring us some sunshine for part of the day on Saturday. Here's Futurecast. And again, we could see some light sprinkles coming through Yakima this evening, moving into the east to the Tri-Cities, clearing out again. There's that ridge of high pressure. Winds blowing from the west to the east, clearing out the smoke for the area for the weekend. Clouds developing again on Saturday evening and some showers developing in the foothills of the Blues. Now Sunday things get tricky. We're going to see a very unsettled weather pattern as we have a big system moving in off the Pacific coast. And again, those temperatures are going to be dropping down well below average. And well, we could even be seeing some snow in the upper elevations of the mountains. Here's our setup for Sunday. That upper level system starts to move in on the coast. And then in the afternoon, we'll start to see those rain showers hitting the coastline in Oregon. And then we have a potential of some snow, 80% chance at Mount Hood on Sunday, increasing to 100% chance on Monday when we're talking about anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of accumulation. Very rare for this time in June. Again, that system quite large, as you can see out on the Pacific. It almost looks like one of those atmospheric rivers that we typically see in the wintertime and in the fall. As far as winds goes, those are starting to pick up right now in the Yakima area. We're seeing gusts of 20 to 25 or so, and we'll continue to see those winds billowing through as that front moves across the area. Look for some gusty winds tomorrow as well. That makes our fire danger high tomorrow, especially in the Columbia Basin and through the Columbia River Gorge with 29 and 30 mile an hour gusts, even higher at times. So again, be fire wise this weekend. On Sunday, we'll see things start to calm down. Let's take a look at our air quality. We were seeing moderate poor air quality earlier today. Most of that has blown off into the east. Walla Walla has been dealing with some hazy conditions all the way up to the Spokane area, but that will start to clear out overnight as our smoke forecast shows you, with those winds blowing from the west to the east, clearing that smoke out for the rest of the weekend. Now pollen counts, they're going to stay high through the weekend, topping out on Sunday, and then we'll start to see those drop down as those temperatures cool down and those systems move through the area. Temperatures overnight tonight, pretty mild out there. 60 in Walla Walla, 63 Tri-Cities, 58 in Prosser, 57 overnight in Yakima. For tomorrow, look at these temperatures again, much cooler, 60s and 70s, maybe 80 degrees there in Toppenish. Will be average here in the Tri-Cities Columbia Basin, right in the mid to low 80s, and then moving over into the foothills of the Blues, 70s and 80s there as well, with much better air quality for the day tomorrow. Let's take a look at our short-term forecast into your Father's Day weekend. Again, we drop from 82 on Saturday all the way down to 70, and we stay in those cool zones. Look at those overnight lows in Tri-Cities, 47. Again, a good 15 degrees or so below average in Yakima. Even cooler with those overnight lows dropping down in the low 40s on Monday. So again, get ready for some active weather. If you're heading to the coast or to the mountains, be prepared for some possible snow showers and for sure some rain on the west side. More to get to on your first alert weather forecast. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacy. And we have a lot more news to share with you on our mobile app. You can use the camera on your smartphone to scan this QR code. It's also at the bottom of your screen throughout the show. If you point your phone at the code and click, that code will take you right to our app for news and weather on demand. It's free to download and there's no subscription fee to use it. We'll be right back.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
For all the times we've been inspired to be just like Dad. Right now, save $50 on the FSA 57 trimmer. Real STIHL. Find yours.
Reel in a fortune during the $200,000 Fishing for a Fortune at Wild Horse Resort and Casino with over $7,000 in cash and prizes every Friday and Saturday. Cash your line and win up to $750 free play, $1,000 cash, or hook a new Pro Lodge boat. Multiply your entries, use your club wild card to earn points, and win special prizes from Billy's Bait Shop. Reel in your next fortune today. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton, Oregon. More winners, more often.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face, and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away to the place that's not so far away, Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Find countless ways to play and stay in CDA at visitcda.org.
From KAPP KVEW, this is Legally Speaking.
Hi, I'm Eddie Morphine of Morphine Law Firm. As an attorney, I want you to know that when you hire a lawyer, you are in charge. The attorney works for you. Now, whether you've been involved in an auto accident, have a Consumer Protection Act situation, or have a personal injury claim, the attorney is there to look out for your best interests. Now, if they're not doing that, you have the right to seek different legal representation. Remember, if you've been wronged, we want to help make it right. We offer free, no obligation consultations. Call us at Morphine Law Firm. Let us answer your questions. And if legal representation is right for you, we'll provide you with the legal representation you need. We're not afraid to fight for you. Call us at Morphine Law Firm in Kennewick, 509-380-9999.
Portion of KAPP KVEW sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
A sheriff's deputy in Florida now has a special bond with a newborn.
That's right. That's because he went beyond the call of duty and delivered that baby on the side of a highway. Isabel Rosales has the story.
How far along are you pregnant?
In answering the call of duty, law enforcement officers face life and death emergencies.
Just keep breathing, okay? I'm not going to move you. I'm not going to do nothing because you look like you're comfortable right now.
On April 30th, one Florida deputy braved those high-stakes extremes on a single shift.
Whether it's catching a baby or stopping a bad guy, it's what we get paid to do.
Adrenaline pumping and his weapon drawn, Deputy Red Jones, a 22-year veteran of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, was responding to a road rage call.
I had that one guy at gunpoint to get him out of his vehicle until we got that situation taken care of.
But moments later,
I seen a black little SUV pull up behind my truck, and the driver got out. You can see the panic in his face, so I started making my way towards him. He had met me about halfway across, and he's like, "You need to escort me to the hospital." I told him, I said, "We don't do that. That's only in the movies." He said, "Well, my wife's having a baby."
I just got out of the car and I screamed, "Can I get help?"
The expectant mother, Lexela, was in labor agony. They rushed to the hospital, but the baby was coming too fast.
I knew we weren't going to make it nowhere near to Brandon or neither of the hospital around us.
Yeah, not even Plant City.
Yeah, we weren't even going to make it to neither of them. I already felt her pushing down.
She's ready to go. Okay, all right, look at me. Look at me. Breathe through, all right, Mama? Breathe through, okay? You had your water broke? Yes. You have to let me know if the baby's coming, okay?
And right there, on the side of Florida Highway 60, Deputy Jones helped welcome Lexela Luis Lopez.
She's coming, she's coming, she's coming. You're gonna have to take her to the back.
There we go. I got a baby. Don't pull, don't pull. I got her. Okay. There you go, Mama.
4 pounds, 11 ounces, and 18 inches. She's the couple's first child together.
There ain't no training for us for birthing babies.
But if there were, Deputy Jones would make a fine instructor.
This is my third little one since I've been here at the sheriff's office.
During a Mother's Day party at the sheriff's office, the four reconnected.
We got a little basket. She's wearing one of her onesies that he gave her. It says Little Red.
We call her Little Red, and I think we made a Instagram page. One more thing.
And after all they've been through together, Luis and Lexela had one more favor to ask of Red.
Since you deliver her, right? How will you feel being her godfather?
Very good. That'd make me very happy. So that'd make me very happy.
Thank you, Bubba.
An unlikely bond between a deputy and a family that began on the side of a road, now destined to last a lifetime. Isabel Rosales, CNN.
What an adorable story. I've had 2 children, but never on the side of a road, and the cutest onesie ever.
Yes, and wow, 3 babies since he's joined the sheriff's office.
Wow.
Like, maybe it's time to start getting some training for delivering them on the side of the road.
There you go. All right, I'll be back with a final check of your forecast. That 7-day planner is on the way.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $2,100 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
My mom hired a bath fitter to make me a new bath. My friend Jimmy said that when he got a new bath, it took forever. Jimmy didn't have to take a bath for a month. I didn't even get to miss one bath. It's just not fair.
Bath Fitter will remodel your bath in as little as 1 day. We've got over 2 million satisfied customers and 35 years experience. Call now or visit bathfitter.com for a free in-home consultation.
Come shop the largest selection of RVs in the Tri-Cities at Appleway RV. Save big on Class A's, Class C's, travel trailers, toy haulers, and fifth wheels. Shop America's top brands, Rockwood, Tiffin, Newmar, Dynamax, and more, with a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Plus, get maximum value for your trade, all with no payments for 90 days. Come shop the clearance event at Appleway RV Pasco.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or get $4,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your community Chevy dealers.
So much of life happens at home, which is why your home should be a place of inspiration, designed around great floors you love. Spending time at home on great floors is something to celebrate. Great Floors is offering discounts on select top-quality Mohawk products. Save 10% on Revwood flooring. Revwood Flooring by Mohawk offers stress-free style so you can live life on floors you love. Plus, ask about your 12-month 0% in-house financing. Visit a Great Floors showroom for details and live life on great floors.
An accident can shatter your life. At Tamaki Law, we put your life back together.
As a personal injury attorney, I meet some of the best people under the worst of circumstances. They come to us suffering. They completely depend on us. That's why we work hard and fight for the justice they deserve.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
Matt Frazier, America's top psychic medium.
Welcome back. We're kicking off a 3-day weekend and some fabulous weather, Stacey.
That's right. Father's Day weekend, and weather's a little cuckoo this weekend, a little bit all over the map. So we're cooling down drastically. We're going to have rain showers, possible thunderstorms, and even a chance of snow. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw 1 to 3 inches of accumulation on Hood Mountain on Monday. So they have an 80% chance of snow beginning Sunday. So if you are heading to the mountains, be aware of that. Again, windy conditions, and again, fire danger remains high. Happy Father's Day on Sunday to all the dads out there. Juneteenth on Monday. Temperatures stay on the cool side through Wednesday, then we'll start to warm back up towards the end of the week. Now in Yakima, temperatures even a little more drastic and more chances of rain on Tuesday, but get ready for a windy weekend ahead. Again, happy Father's Day to those dads. Temperatures in the 60s, well below our average, a good 15 or so degrees, and those overnight lows very chilly down in the 40s, warming up by the end of next week. So
all right, we'll be looking forward to that. And of course, a lot of people headed out to Seattle for the George Strait concert tomorrow, so plan on delays if you're headed out that way. We're talking construction.